Hello friends, how are you? Hope you are doing well. So let us start our new topic called multiple examples of sustainability related risks. The risk definitions, sustainability related risk contributing factors. What will be the contributing factors for the identified risk? Then we will see what can be the risk impacts of that identified sustainability risk, and later on we will see what can be the control measures for that risk. So risk mitigation measures also we can say. First example we will see related to climate change. Okay, so this is the title for the risk, climate change related risk. Now the definition can be, we can say, the long term alteration of the temperature patterns. Long term alteration of the temperature patterns. So what can be the contributing factors for climate change? Let's say for an example, greenhouse gas emissions. We can say example like deforestation. Okay, and also the industrial activities. Okay, activities, but again the activities which are not following the norms, let's say related to the emission release or GHG emission generation. Okay, then what can be the risk impacts for this identified risk related to the climate change? Okay, the impacts can be increased frequency of extreme weather events. Let's say suppose we talk about the different impacts. Okay, impacts can be actual impacts and potential impacts. Okay, actual means the current impacts, and potential impact means future impacts which can take place. So the examples of the risk impacts can be increased frequency of weather events, rising, we can say like rising sea levels. Okay, disruption of ecosystem and biodiversity. Also we can say threats to food and water security, and also it can lead to economic losses due to infrastructure damage. The next comes, what can be the risk control measures for this identified sustainability risk related to the climate change? The risk controls can be like, we can take example like transition to renewable energy sources. Okay, then let's say implementation of carbon pricing mechanism, then afforestation and reforestation programs, okay, and reforestation programs. The next control measure can be development of the climate resilient infrastructure, also international agreements and policies to limit the emissions. So what we said, development of climate resilient infrastructure. Okay, infrastructure. Then finally we said policies formation and implementation to limit emissions. So this is one of the example of the identified risk in any organization related to sustainability. So climate change related sustainability risk, what is the definition? As I said, the long term alteration of the temperature patterns what were the contributing factors to this risk actually. So as we said, greenhouse gas emissions, deforestation, industrial activities. Then risk impacts also we have seen. Impacts can be two type: actual, potential. Okay, now the impacts examples were like rising sea levels, threat to food and water security, and economic losses. And lastly we see risk controls. Okay, so this is how we develop the risk registers for sustainability and ESG in any organization. Thank you very much friends. Let us discuss the new risk title now.